fellow confetti club, it is Pixie, and this video is, okay, it'll probably be part of Designer Diaries, but I want to also make like a sub-series. Can I do that? It's my own channel, of course I can do that. I've had a lot of excitement and requests for sewing videos because I do talk about sewing so much for cosplay and for my fashion design school goals and stuff, but I've always felt like I'm not good enough to put it on YouTube, or like if I try to do a tutorial or teach something, then I'm gonna teach it wrong because I'm all self-taught and I'm gonna like I've learned it the wrong way and I'm going to like poison the minds with incorrect sewing hacks. I meant information, but whatever. I was at a thrift store the other day and I picked up two really cute things, and now this video is just going to be the first item, I believe, which is the one I'm wearing now. But I do have another one, and I think I'm gonna make that like the second installment of this new series / sub-series, which I would like to call Thrift Flip, because it consists of me finding thrifted pieces or secondhand, consignment, already owned, used, pre-loved, thrifted items, and giving them a new life, breathing a whisper of fashion into them. Let me know if you guys think this is a cute idea. I only thought of it because I was at the thrift store and I found these two pieces and I was like, the material is cute and they have such potential, but I think these need a little bit of a smooch from your girl and a sewing machine. I hope you guys enjoy this. Give this a like if you think this is a good idea, and if you want me to do more, this is a totally new thing, but it will be part of Designer Diaries because it is sewing related. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna show you the before, the process, and then the after. Take it away, me in this dress a day ago before I changed it. Woohoo! Alright, so here is the before. This is how I bought the item off the rack from the thrift store. Honestly, it's kinda cute, but I think it looks too much like 1930s pajamas for me to like actually wear it out, and yeah, it's not the most flattering thing on earth. It's also quite see-through. Hey, excuse me, are you giving it a wash? If it's possible, I think it would be super cool if I could cut this in half and then sew it together, gather it all, and make it super puffy. Okay, you're being quite rude, sir. Double might be a bit too much puff. I might just use like 1.5. So the whole thing is almost 28 inches. It's like 27 3/4 of an inch. Okay, if I cut the whole thing just in half, that would make it a 14-inch skirt without the hem. And that, I just measured, is the same as that pink tennis skirt that I haven't been wearing a lot because it's so short. And we're just gonna give him a little chop, a little hem. It's gonna be pretty simple. My cat's gonna lick his ass on it. Thank you. I'm gonna make it 17 just to be safe. I have tailor's chalk, but I'm just gonna use pins. Like, it's not a big deal. I'm sorry if this is kind of hard to see because it's a light pink dress on a light pink rug, but that's the lifestyle I'm living right now. I want this to be a hashtag fun-loving, running errands downtown with my big pink heart-shaped, slightly cat-eye sunglasses, like living my life, sipping my pinkety-drinkety, and I think the long sleeves are just not cutting it. So, cutting it, haha. Ha joke. Okay. And I like that they're quite freaking wide, because I love a floaty sleeve. I hate fitted sleeves unless it's like has like a thumb hole. You always give a little bit of seam allowance. This time, I actually am going to use the tailor's chalk up. So I have the end of the sleeve lined up like perfectly straight, so I just want to basically mimic that and go boop 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 up. Like I said, 10 inches. So I'm marking down 10 inches from the shoulder seam, and I'm using my measuring tape just to keep a straight line in line with the grid on my cutting board. But the cool thing about sewing is if you make like an itty bitty baby boo-boo, it's okay. It's not like when you're making like a table and if it's an inch off somewhere, the table's gonna be wobbly. I'm actually gonna use my rotary cutter for this because it's fun and I love it. I love my life. And I'm just gonna do that whoop whoop to the other sleevey. And then we're gonna measure 10 inches or however long you want your sleeve. I want this to be applicable so that if you're like, hey, I don't really know how to sew, and you're like, hey, this garment's too big for me, or the sleeves are too long, or like Scooby-Doo bop 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 ba doo bop, I got you. This is very, very beginner friendly, and you do not need a rotary cutter. I could just use my scissors, but I feel like being extra. Now we have a much more cute, summery, flowy, less Mary Poppins pajamas like garment. So I'm gonna roll that bad boy twice, and we're just gonna iron the hell out of him. Man, did you guys hear that they're doing a 16 reunion special? That show is the best thing to come out of Canadian TV probably ever, but there's corner gas is good. Beautiful. Ooh, yes, look how those almost perfectly line up. Ooh, the stripes, we stand. Okay, I have my cuffs all good and ironed. I'm going to do a double rolled hem on the bottom. I was thinking about adding a frill, but I feel like it is complete without it. I don't want to like change the vibe because I like the vibe that this piece gives off already. You could pin this, but it's a straight line, so I'm just gonna go boodwamp and iron him once, and then go boodwamp and iron him twice. Oh, I love how easily this material friggin' irons. It feels like paper, but I know it's not. It's like a linen. And then you take that less than cute raw edge, and you freaking give him a cheeky tuck, and you hide him. I have done this all in one motion before, but for like visual purposes, I thought it would, I don't know, be somewhat helpful to do each one and iron the whole thing twice. I don't know. And here is our double rolled hem. You can see just how like see-through the fabric is, which isn't a ton, but it's enough that I would definitely wear a skirt under it. I was wearing shorts in it when I showed like the before picture, and you can completely see my black shorts. But ta-da, a double rolled hem. Alright, so one extra thing I do want to add to the pink pinstripe garment, or maybe these aren't pinstripes, maybe they're just stripes. One extra thing I do want to add other than just shortening it and hemming it is I want to throw a big, juicy bow. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. You basically make a rectangle and then you make a little baby rectangle. This is the biggest eyeball of all time. And yeah, I don't want it to be that humongous. What about like... That's pretty cute. That's still pretty big, but that's pretty cute. I might even just use that as the center of a bow. This is like a very quick and simple hashtag bow hack, is to use a garment that already has pieces that work for what you're doing. So I had been sewing bows a certain way my whole life, literally since I was 9 years old, with a like $50 Walmart sewing machine, and I would sew around like two sides and then leave this whole side open, flip it inside out, and then hand stitch that. But I suck at hand stitching and it was always really obvious and dumb looking. And then I was watching a freaking tutorial by James Mansfield, drag queen extraordinaire, and she sews all around the whole thing and then cuts a little slit in like the back and then flips it inside out with that. I like that so much more. Is that super obvious? Has that been a thing like forever that I just never realized? Why am I living a lie? But I'm gonna do that because then the center of the bow hides it anyway. Pow pow. The tricky thing with this striped fabric is that if you use it the other way, then the stripes will be going horizontally instead of vertically. But I don't mind that. I think that might be kind of cute. So for the tails of my bow, I'm just going to make another rectangle, and I'm gonna make it thinner and longer. The original seam in here could even work as like the middle point. I think that's what I'll do. Again, this is the largest eyeball of all time. Here's a little baby bow tutorial. Tall and wide rectangle. Short and long rectangle. Little baby middle rectangle. We take him. We take him. We take him. And then we go like, and then we go like, and then we're like, whoa, Keski Spassy C. Setting Nud. Yeah, that's cute. I think that's gonna be pretty cute. Okay, to the sewing machine we go. So you wanna sew the right sides together basically. And usually with this fabric, I don't think it would matter. It's the same on either side, but we do have this cheeky seam that is still in it, so that would be the right side. So we're gonna flip him, such as this. Sorry if this tutorial sucks, because I'm throwing the fabric around like a friggin' pizza pie. Alright, so we have our 3 rectangles, you see. And you can see that I did not cut it incredibly straight, and therefore I am going to give him a second slice and dice with my rotary cutter, just so that the inside of the fabric isn't completely loosey-goosey. You also want to cut at a diagonal over the corners so that when you flip it inside out, you can get it as like pointy as possible. Unless you want a puffy bow, there's nothing wrong with a puffy bow. We're just gonna give a little snip right where it's gonna be covered by that middle super skinny rectangle anyway. You can also hand stitch that back together if you really want to, but it's gonna be hidden anyway, so I don't do that. To get these little corner bits, I kind of just give them a little You can stick a pencil or something else in a crochet hook if you crochet to really poke those guys out if you want them super extra extravaganza pointy. Alright, we are going to iron the frick out of him, but I'm just gonna flip my other rectangle inside out before we do that. Make sure you are not cutting through both sides of the fabric. I mean, I'm sure both sides would be covered by the middle rectangle anyway, but it's best if you just, you know, have the least amount of holes in your project as possible. Hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. How are you? How are you? Oh my god, she's here to help. Oh my god, we stan. Okay. She very much likes to play with the measuring tapes, almost to the point where I can barely use them. But it is okay. She is my angel. Rectangle 1, rectangle 2, rectangle 3, cat 1.
Alright team, I apologize for the slightly different audio, but for some reason the audio on these 2 clips did just not happen. So I ironed my bows so they are nice and crisp, and I am just going to assemble them. So I'm pinching the middle here. I usually fold them like an accordion, pinned it, and then I'm going to cut this little itty bitty baby rectangle so it is more of a normal size for the center of the bow. I then attempted my very gosh darn best to sew it together by hand. I suck at hand sewing, but I mean, sometimes there's just no other way. So I did a whip stitch. Are there better stitches you could have used for this? Almost definitely, probably, but this is what I did.
Oh.
Give him a cheeky snip, and then there is our
Oh,
bow. He's looking pretty cute.
Ass bow.
The last thing I had to do to finish up this project was just to throw in a couple of stitches at 4 points on each of the sleeves to keep those cuffs from unrolling. Alright, and here is the after! It's cute. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Safari Explorer Diego, maybe? I don't know, it's just the cut. There is one loose thread hanging that I forgot to cut. I'm so sorry. I like it. I wish it was poofier. I wish I was able to do the chop them in half, gather them, and double them up so it's more of like a poofy skirt, but it would have made it so short, sadly. The bow's a little floppy. I think I just need to secure him on a more stable part. All in all, I do like this. I think it's cute. I think it's comfy. I would call this a moderate success.
Yay! I I hope you like the finished look as much as I do. This also would have been super cute as a romper, but I don't have enough confidence in showing the internet how to make shorts, so that didn't happen. This video's future Confetti Club member is Confetti Pal on Instagram, looking so cute in the Confetti Club tee with a cute little pink tennis skirt. Hey, I wear it like that all the time. We could twinsies. This sweetie pie wore this to the meetup. It was a pleasure to meet you. I remember your sweet face and your sweet hair, and you're very sweet. So thank you for being so sweet and also being sweet again on Instagram. We love the sparkles, love the rainbow, love the editing, love the look. Oh my gosh, she also has the friggin' Confetti Club pin. We love a full confetti look. Thank you so much, Confetti Pal. You will always be my Confetti Pal. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video, which is not this one because this one is over. Bye!